Hello students, today we are going to continue with the chapter playing with numbers. We have already solved exercise 6b and we are going to move to exercise 6c today. Now in exercise 6c you all are going to learn how to find SCF. Now what is the full form of SCF? It is highest common factor. So let us see how you find SCF of two given numbers. Consider I have two numbers 15 and 45. Now I want to find the SCF of these two numbers. Okay, I have 15 and 45. I want to find the SCF. Now what do I mean? I want to know which is the highest common factor of these two numbers. Now just to understand, let us first list down all the factors of 15. Okay, so here F stands for factors of 15. Let us see 15 can be divided by which numbers. We all know that 1 can divide all the numbers. So first factor of 15 is 1. We know that 1 multiplied by 15 will give us 15. Then we have 3 multiplied by 5 which will give us 15. Any other tables where we can get 15? No. So the different factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5 and 15. Once again I am telling you children, the number 1 and the number itself will always be there. Okay. So all the factors of 15 all together are 1, 3, 5 and 15. What I mean is these four numbers can divide 15 completely without leaving any remainder. Let us see how many factors 45 has. So we know that 1 multiplied by 45 is 45. 3 15s will give me 45. 5 9s will give me 45. Okay, these are the various tables in which 45 comes. So the numbers which can completely divide 45 are 1, 3, 5, 9, 15 and 45. Now what I need to find is the highest common factor. So let us just try to list the factors which are common to both 15 and 45. First of all, there is 1 which is common to both. Okay, so 1 is a common factor between 15 and 45. There is 3 also which is a common factor. What else is common? There is 5 which is common to both. And there is 15 which is common to both. So if you look here, there are 4 factors which are common to both 15 as well as 45. But I need the SCF. I need the highest common factor. So out of these 4 factors, 1, 3, 5 and 15, which is the highest number? It is 15. So I can say that the SCF or the highest common factor of 15 and 45 is 15. Okay. So 15 is the number, it is the highest common factor. It is the highest number which can divide both 15 as well as 45 completely without leaving any remainder. So this example was just to understand what do you mean by SCF, the concept of highest common factor. So I hope you understood what it is, what is SCF of two numbers. Okay, now let us move to this example sum. Now here I have to find the SCF of 360 and 456. Now these are big numbers. It is going to become difficult for me to list down all the factors of 360 and all the factors of 456 because the numbers are big numbers, they are 3-digit numbers. So what do we do in such an example? How will we solve such a question? So for this, I need to factorize the numbers separately using prime numbers. So I'm going to go to the rough column and factorize the numbers. So first I will take 360. I'm going to do prime factorization of this. That means I'm going to factorize it using prime numbers. As I told your children, I always prefer to begin with the smallest prime number, that is 2. Since the number is even, it is ending with a 0, it is going to be divisible by 2. So let me try dividing 360 by 2. Here once again children, if you are not good at direct division, please use a rough paper and divide 360 by 2 over there. I am going to divide it directly. First I will take only 3. 2 in the table of 2, what is closest to 3? It is 2 ones are 2. So I will make use of 2 ones are 2. But the number is 3. Okay, 2 ones are is 2 but the number is 3. So the extra 1 will go to the neighboring digit and the neighboring digit will become 16. Now it's going to become 2 8s are 16 and the 0 will come down. So 360 divided by 2 is 180. Once more I can make use of the 2 table. 2 9s are 18, 0 comes down. The number is still even. I can make use of the 2 table. 2 closest to 9 is what in the 2 table? 2 4s are 8. The extra 1, let it go to the next digit. The next digit becomes 10. So 2 5s are 10. Now the number is become 45. I can no longer use the 2 table. So I will try the next prime number, that is 3. First children, you all can verify whether 45 can be divided by 3. And what is the rule to verify? Adding up the digits. I have the digit 4 and the digit 5. If I add the 2, what is the total? 4 plus 5 is 9. Is 9 a multiple of 3? Yes. That means 45 can be divided by 3. So I will do 45 divided by 3. What is closest to 4 in the 3 table? 3 ones are 3. 3 ones are 3 but the number is 4. So I have a 1 which is extra. Let it go to the next digit. The next digit becomes 15. 3 5s are 15. Once again I can make use of 3. 3 5s are 15 and finally 5 ones are 5. Okay, so 360 is factorized using prime numbers. Now let us move to the next number, 456. Again, can we use 2 to start our division? Yes, it's an even number, so let's start with 2 table. So 2 2s are 4. Then we move to 5. Again, I can make use of, first I made use of this 4. Now I'll make use of this 5. 2 2s are 4 is closest. Extra 1 goes to the neighboring digit. Neighboring digit becomes 16. 2 8s are 16. Children, if you'll find this direct method difficult, please do the division on a rough paper. Again, I'm going to use the 2 table because it's still even. 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8. Still the number is even. I'll take 11. 2 5s are 10. Extra 1 goes here. 2 7s are 14. Now the number is 57. It is odd. So let me try for the 3 table. Now before going to the 3 table, let us verify using the divisibility test of 3. What is the total of 5 plus 7? It is 12. 12 is a multiple of 3. So 57 can be divided by 3. Let us see how. 3 closest to 5 is 3 ones are 3. 4 5, 2 which is extra goes here. The neighboring number becomes 27. 3 9s are 27. 19, if you all have gone through your sieve of Eratosthenes thoroughly, you all will know by now that 19 is a prime number. So we need to use the 19 table only to get rid of it. So 19 ones are 19. So both my numbers are factorized. Now once it is factorized in the rough column, next what you'll do is come back to the main side of your book and let's write all the factors here. So 360 has 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. 456 has 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 19. Okay, so I listed down all the factors of each number. Now children, even if you all have not used the numbers in this order, that is like if you all have used the prime number 3 first and then 2, it's fine. But in this step, make sure that the 2s are written first, followed by the 3s and then the 5, because it becomes easier and simpler for us to work. So now I have made a list of this. The next step is how do we find the SCF. To find the SCF, I need to make pairs. I need to see what is common between the two. Okay, so here I have a 2 which is common. Let's see if I'm getting anything else common. There is one more 2 which can be paired up. There is one more 2 which can be paired up. And there is a 3 which can be paired up. So I have to look for numbers which can be made into pairs. So this 2 forms a pair, these 2 form a pair, this forms a pair, and this forms a pair. The rest of the numbers are left, they don't have any pair. Now to find the SCF, I will multiply all these numbers. This 2 multiplied by the second 2 which is common, multiplied by the third 2 which is common. Children, look here, there are altogether 3 2's which are common. This is the first 2 which is common, this is the second 2 which is common, and this is the third 2 which is common. So first common 2, second common 2, third common 2, and finally there is a 3 which is common. So multiplied by the 3. Okay, so these were numbers which were common to both. So I paired them. You all can do this part with a pencil, circle the pairs with a pencil, and finally you need to find the SCF. So SCF will be 2 multiplied by 2, 4, 4 multiplied by 2, 8, 8 multiplied by 3, 24. So the highest common factor of these two numbers is 24. That is the highest number which can divide these two numbers without leaving any remainder. Okay, I'll show you one more example now with 3 numbers. So you're asked to find the SCF of 60, 96 and 150. The method is same, but here you have 3 numbers. So what you need to do is factorize all the 3 numbers. Let's factorize 60 first. Okay, I factorize 50, I'll factorize 96 now. And finally, I'll factorize 150. Okay, so all the 3 numbers are factorized. Now what is my next step? To write all the factors here. So 60 has 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5. Now children, in this step, please don't congest the numbers. It will be difficult for you all to form pairs. Then we have 96. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Multiply by 3. Okay, so this is what the numbers look like. Now here, since we have 3 numbers, I need to figure out digits which are common to all 3 of them. Okay, so can you see there is a 2 which is common to all 3? So I got my first set of 2's. All the 3 of them were having a 2, so I circled my first set of 2. Can you see anything common which is, can you see anything that is common to all 3 of them? There is a 2 here, there is a 2 here, but there is no 2 in the last one. So I cannot circle it. Now let us see if there is a 3 common everywhere. Yes, there is a 3 here, there is a 3 here, and there is a 3 here. So let me try to circle it. Okay, so there was a 3 which was common. Anything else is common? There is a 5 with the 60, but there is no 5 in the 96 part. There is a 5 in the 150 part. So you cannot circle 5 because 96 does not have any 5. Alright, so whatever you circle in case of 3 numbers, make sure that the digit is there in all the 3 numbers. So if I check here, I can only find 1, 2 which is common to all 3, and there is this digit 3 which is common to all of them. So there is nothing else which is common to all 3. I cannot make any more sets over here. So the SCF will be This 2 which is common will come here, and this 3 which is common will come here. So the SCF is 6. Okay, once again I am telling you children, when you are circling to make a set, make sure the digit is common to all the numbers. Otherwise you cannot put them in a set. Alright, so I hope this example also with 3 digits is clear to you all. Please don't circle like this, 2 and 2. This kind of circling will be wrong because the third number is not having a 2 to complete your set. So please don't do anything like this. This method would be wrong. I cannot circle only these 2's. Alright, so I hope SCF with 3 digits, 3 numbers is also clear to you all. Okay, so having understood this, I am sure you all will be able to complete question 1 of exercise 6C. Question 2, they are asking you all to find SCF by long division method. Long division method you did not learn. This one method of prime factorization is more than enough. So we are omitting question 2. Then let us move to question 3. Find the greatest number that exactly divides 385 and 735. Now what does this mean? It means the same thing. They are asking you to find the SCF of the two numbers, that is 385 and 735. Greatest number that exactly divides. Just the words are changed. Instead of saying directly find the SCF, they have just changed the words. Find the greatest number that exactly divides. It means nothing else but the SCF. So in question 3 also you have to find the SCF. Similarly in question 4, find the greatest number that exactly divides 306, 450 and 540. Again it means the same thing, find the SCF. Now let's go to question 5. Find the greatest number that will divide 37 and 53, leaving 5 as remainder in each case. Now this sum is slightly different. I am going to solve a similar sum for you all. Taking an example. Okay, so here we have a similar sum. Find the greatest number that will divide 138, 183 and 243, leaving remainder 3 in each case. Now when they are saying find the greatest number that will divide, obviously they are asking you to find the SCF of these 3 numbers. But there is one more condition here, that every time you divide it by the greatest number, you should get a remainder 3. So the number shouldn't be completely divided. There should be a remainder 3 which is left. Now how will you find the SCF? How will you find the greatest number which will divide these numbers as well as leave a remainder 3? Now for that, what you need to do is, since they are telling that it has to leave a remainder 3, from every number that is given, we need to minus 3. So from 138, I will minus 3. From 183, I will minus 3. And from 243 also, I will minus 3. Okay, so from all the numbers which are given to me, I will minus 3 from them. So from 138, when I minus 3, what will I get? I will get the number 135. Here I will get 180. And here I will get 240. So from every given number, I subtracted 3. Why 3? Because they are telling me that it should leave a remainder 3 in each case. That is the reason why I subtracted 3. Now these numbers which I have got after subtracting 3, I need to find their SCF. So I will factorize each number. Okay, every number you factorize in the rough column. And finally, I will factorize 240. Okay, I factorize all the numbers. So now let us just make a list of all the factors. 135 has 3 multiply by 3 multiply by 3 multiply by 5. 180 has 2 multiply by 2 multiply by 3 multiply by 3 multiply by 5, and 240 has 4 2s, 1 3 and a 5. Okay, so I made a list of all the factors. Now let us see what is common, because I need to find the SCF. There is a 3 which I can make into a set. Okay, you all please do this with a pencil so that it looks neat. And there is a 5 which I can put into a set. There is nothing else which is common to all of them besides the 3 and the 5. So the SCF is, or you can say, since they are asking you all the greatest number that will divide, you all can say, therefore, required number is equal to 3 multiplied by 5. Since there is a 3 and a 5 common, 3 multiplied by 5, that is 15. Or if you all want, you all can even put in a bracket SCF. So the number, the greatest number that will divide 138, 183 and 243, leaving remainder 3 in each case is 15. Now let us see, let us try to verify whether this is true. Children, you all need not do this step. This is just for you all to understand. I have got the answer 15. Let me divide one of these numbers. I have 138, 183 and 243. These were my original numbers. Let me try dividing any number by the answer that I have got, and let's see if I am getting the remainder 3. So I am going to divide 138 by 15. Okay, 15, what is closest to 138? It is 15. 9s is 135. So I do get a remainder 3. Then let us try 183. Let us try dividing the original number 183 by 15. We know 15 ones are 15. 15 twos are 30. Again here I got a remainder 3. So can you all see, children, everywhere I am getting this remainder 3. Then the original number here was 243. Let me try dividing it by 15. 15 ones are 15. 9 is the remainder 3. 15 fours are 15 6 are 90. Again remainder 3. So when I tried to divide the original numbers with the SCF that I got, you can see that everywhere I am getting a remainder 3. So whenever you are given such a sum, like find the greatest number, leaving a remainder of so and so, from the numbers which are given, subtract the remainder that they have asked you, subtract the remainder, find the SCF. The answer that you get will be the required number. Okay, children, this step is just for you all to understand. You all did not do this step in your book. It is just to understand what we are doing. So I hope you all will be able to solve question 5 in the same way. In question 5, they are asking you all to find the greatest number that will leave 5 as remainder. So from the numbers which are given, that is 37 and 53, you all first subtract 5, find the SCF, and that will be your answer. In question 6, they are telling you all remainder 3 in each case. So from the given numbers, you all subtract 3. Now question 7, find the greatest number that will divide 76, 114 and 152, leaving the remainders 2, 3 and 4 respectively.